What baffles me about Porsche is that they always find a way to improve on a car that is already insanely fast. The current Porsche 911 GT2 RS has 522 kilowatts, which it sends to the rear wheels, and somehow it still finds a way to go from 0 to 100 in less than 3 seconds. And it's not just fast in a straight line, it is also exceptionally fast around the track, which is what it was built for. It was the fastest production car around the Nürburgring for a long time before it was trumped by the AMG 1. This is an exceptional car. I don't know how a Porsche are going to improve on this, but today we will actually be talking about how they will improve on it, because the 992 Porsche 911 GT2 RS is going to incorporate race-bred mild hybrid technology. So let's get into it in this video where we break down everything we know about the upcoming Porsche 911 GT2 RS. So let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. So we're going to look at a blog that was posted by Autocar in 2023. Now you have to keep that in mind, the date is very important, right? This is a very interesting article. The reason why it's interesting is because Autocar released this article or published this article in 2023, and it correlates a lot with the things that are happening now at Porsche and what Porsche is doing with their current lineup of cars. So the first interesting claim that they made is that the powertrain is going to be in the upcoming GT2 RS is going to be adopted from the one that is in the 919 hybrid race car that Porsche used to race with in the WEC, the World Endurance Championship. So according to Autocar, this technology from the 919 hybrid was going to debut in the GT2 RS first before it goes into other Porsche production cars. But as time passed, we can obviously see that petrol electric drivetrain in the Porsche 911 GTS, the Carrera GTS, and also the Turbo S, the 992.2 Turbo S, features new hybrid technology that even Porsche themselves say is from the 919 hybrid. So I find it very interesting that Autocar claimed that Porsche was working on a petrol electric drivetrain that adopted technology from the 919 hybrid, and they were going to debut it in the GT2 RS, even though that did not happen. It's interesting that they were correct about that petrol electric drivetrain and that they were going to take that technology and put it in a road car, which Porsche have done, even though it was not the GT2 RS. It was the Turbo S, or it is currently the Turbo S, and it is the Carrera GTS. So essentially, we can have high expectations that this car is also going to have mild hybrid technology, the same that we see in the Turbo S, because in the past, Porsche drivetrains and Porsche engines and just the drivetrain from the GT2 RS came from the Turbo S, which is going to be a big guideline for us in this video to sort of see what we can expect the GT2 RS drivetrain and powertrain to be like. So before we move on, I just want to hammer these things home. The first thing is the technology in the current Turbo S is derived from the 919 hybrid. Autocar claimed in the past, correctly so, that Porsche was working on technology that is from the 919 hybrid, planning to take the technology into a production car. And they said that production car was going to be the GT2 RS, which was wrong, but they were correct about the technology being put into a production car. So there is a correlation between those two things, because what Autocar was claiming is that that 919 hybrid technology was going to be put into the GT2 RS, and I still think honestly that they are correct about that. But that technology did not debut in the GT2 RS. It debuted in the GTS and also especially in the Turbo S as well. So let's look at the Turbo S to see as a reference point how the GT2 RS could be, how we can expect the powertrain of the upcoming GT2 RS to be. So the current Turbo S, interestingly, has a smaller displacement than the pre-facelift 992 Turbo S. So the pre-facelift had a 3.7 liter flat six, and this current Turbo S, the facelift, the 992.2, has a 3.6 liter twin turbo flat six, mated to an 8-speed PDK transmission with an electric motor integrated into that transmission. And the current Turbo S as well, the facelift, has e-turbos from the 919 hybrid. So this is the kind of hybridization that we can expect the GT2 RS to have. Now for power, the powertrain in the Turbo S produces 523 kilowatts, which is up from the power from the pre-facelift Turbo S with a larger displacement. So this car has a lower displacement, some hybridization added to it and has more power added to it as well. So I don't know, I see a lot of potential for more power to be taken out or be extracted from this powertrain. And I don't think Porsche will increase the displacement of this engine. I think rather they're going to extract more power from the hybrid technology that we already see in the Turbo S. As to how much power we can expect this car to have, we're going to get into that a little bit later because there's some other things that I want us to look at regarding this car. So let's look at some more things that Autocar have said in the same article about the 992 GT2 RS. Right? So they say, and I believe here they were quoting Porsche themselves about this car, that it's going to be a performance enhancement with an absolute minimum increase in weight. Here's another thing that they quoted about this car, which is that Porsche is aiming that this car should make more than 700 horsepower, which is 522 kilowatts, as well as a significant increase in torque. Another interesting thing that was said in this article is that Porsche is said to be aiming at a weight gain of no more than 100 kilograms, which for a car like this, 100 kilograms is even a lot to even think about, you know. I mean, 100 kilograms is a lot. 100 kilograms is a bit too much weight to be talking about even. But I find that really interesting. Another interesting thing that was said about this car regarding the weight, Porsche planned to offset the weight of the electric motor and batteries, which is not going to be that much. I mean, it's a mild hybrid, but it's still going to add some weight. And Porsche is saying that they're not going to develop this, they're going to develop this car with measures similar to those in the 991.2 GT3 RS YSAC package. Basically, they're going to try to make this car lighter from the chassis perspective to offset the weight gain that's going to come from the electric motors and the battery from this mild hybrid. So Porsche themselves, according to Autocar, talking like this about the upcoming GT2 RS is basically confirmation that firstly, this car is very, very highly likely and almost certainly going to be a mild hybrid. I do not know how you guys feel about that. I actually want to hear your thoughts. So comment your thoughts down below. How do you feel about this car being a mild hybrid? The first ever GT2, in fact, the first ever GT car from Porsche being some sort of hybrid, having some sort of hybridization in it. So I just want to hear your thoughts about that. So as I said, I want to get back to the power and talk about how much power we can expect this car to have. So when you look at the power increase from the Turbo S, the 991.2 Turbo S, and then the 991.2 GT2 RS, when you look at the increase in power, that is a 90 kilowatt increase in power from the Turbo S to the GT2 RS. So if we take that same 17% increase in power that we got from the Turbo S to GT2 RS, that will mean that the 992.2 GT2 RS will make around 633 kilowatts, but there are some conservative estimates. So the conservative estimates are around 597 kilowatts, or let's say 600 kilowatts. So I don't know, even with that, I mean, there's not anything concrete about the powertrain or something that Porsche is already doing for us to take as a reference point to see how much power this car is actually going to have, or for us to have a more concrete basis for why we think it's going to have this much power. But when we apply that logic, this is the power we can expect it to have. I mean, usually the power bump from the Turbo S to the GT2 RS is a pretty significant bump up in power. And another reference point is the Autocar article where they say they expect it to have more than 522 kilowatts, which is pretty obvious. I mean, that is pretty obvious, but how much power can we expect it to have? If we really want to know, I guess the only way to know is to wait until the car gets released. That is everything we know about the upcoming 992 generation 911 GT2 RS. If there are any new updates or there's anything new about this car, I'm going to make a video about it on my TikTok, YouTube, Shorts, and also my Instagram. So make sure that you follow me, you subscribe to this channel, you follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you want those updates. And I also update you guys on other cars as well. I will do so on the CLE 63 and also the Audi RS5 Avant. Next week, we will be talking about the BMW 3 Series, the upcoming 3 Series, the G50 generation BMW 3 Series, which is going to be a part of the Neue Klasse, which is a different generation, a new generation of BMWs, which we're going to break down. We're going to talk about all of that in the next video next week. So Looking forward to telling you guys about that. But anyways, for now, thank you guys for watching and cheers.